can you tell me about Lucy?
Lucy Velez is not your typical 17-year-old. She's not really at the beginning really into like boys or partying. She's very driven, she's very responsible, and she knows where she wants to be. And I think what's so interesting about Happyland is you kind of see the unraveling of a teenager, and as she goes through all these different situations that she has to navigate and kind of grow through.
And can you talk about her relationship with her mother, who acts more like a teenager than she does?
Yeah, so Lucy's mother, Elena Velez, has been a park princess for 15 years. So we're very familiar with the park life and what it's like to be in this amusement park world. And so as a single mother, she's raised Lucy, but really Lucy's the responsible one. And so a lot of the things that happen are sort of Lucy taking care of Elena and making sure that things go right. And so that's kind of what the relationship is based on.
And at a certain point, Lucy kind of hands the reins over to her, or not Lucy, Elena hands the reins over to her daughter to be the princess. Does she do that as an attempt to keep her in town?
You know, that's a really good question, because obviously Lucy is the closest thing that Elena has to her. I mean, we're our only family unit, and I don't know, maybe it really could be, but I think there's some underlying issues of why that happens, and if you tune in, you'll be able to find out why.
And can you talk about the program that Lucy wants to become involved with in the pilot?
Yeah, so Lucy definitely is searching for something real. She's been so integrated in this fantasy world of like magic and dreams come true and happiness, and all she wants to do is like save lives and help people in need, and that's really something that she strives for.
And can you talk about her first interactions with Ian?
Yes. So she finds Ian. She doesn't know who he is. She just knows he's a guy that's late for his job, and he is the raccoon that she is looking for. And so when he shows up late and then messes up on his first day, she is livid. I mean, this girl is very responsible, and she will not take any sass. And then, so she gives him a mouthful, but then later finds out he is the CEO's son, and that obviously could translate into some, job insecurity and a lot of things, but I think she might have a little crush on him.
So what makes her start to crack with Ian, where she starts, accepting him a little bit more and liking him more?
I think he's a charmer, for sure. Ian is the type of guy that you don't want to like. He just gets you, and once he gets in, he's charming.
Does the prince outfit help?
I think the prince outfit definitely helps.
And the two of them start to help each other out in keeping their jobs and that sort of thing. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so they end up being, the princess and the prince together. So it's really like he has to have her back and she has to have his, because they both kind of need this job and they need to get along in order to survive. That's a roller coaster right above us, by the way.
Now, Elena drops a big bomb on her daughter at the end of the first episode. How does Lucy immediately respond to that?
Well, I'm not allowed to cuss, so I won't say what my first thought was, but it's pretty light. Some pretty big news that she receives from her mother about a certain situation, and she doesn't take it well. And really, it's only the beginning of her unravel, as you will, because a lot more secrets come out that really just make her question her entire knowledge of her life. So.
Can you talk about her friendship with Harper and how everybody seems to like Lucy but not Harper?
Well, I think people like Harper.
Okay.
I think the thing is, Will and Lucy grew up together. They were the best friends that they've always had. Lucy doesn't have a lot of girlfriends. It's difficult for her, and so her and Will have always been best friends. And then Will started dating Harper, and so they kind of became a little trio of a unit because of that. So it's not that Harper and Lucy aren't best friends. It's just she's Will's
Has their relationship changed since Harper moved to her new house in Dazzle?
Yeah, it does change things a lot. It kind of puts a strain on the relationship and just kind of what they've been used to as far as their friendship interactions, and it kind of makes us question sort of where their loyalties are.
Now, when Lucy finds out that bombshell from her mother, is she disappointed in her mother at all?
Yeah, she is. I think there's a lot of hurt that comes from being lied to your entire life, and it takes her kind of a while to really even get back onto good terms with her mother after that. You know, there's a lot of things that they have to work through, which we'll see.
What does Lucy ultimately want for her mother?
I think whether she admits it or not, because it's difficult, you know, when you're the responsible child who takes care of your parents, but you really just want to be like, hey, can you get it together? Can I be a kid for once? You know, can you do your job? And I think Lucy just wants the best for Elena, and she wants Elena to be happy, but not in the way that Elena wants to be happy, in the responsible way.
Is there a particular episode or sequence that stands out for you in the first season that you're allowed to talk about? Okay,
so in the second episode, there's a party scene, and Lucy is not, as I said, she doesn't really do going out, you know, she'd rather stay in, and she's a homebody, she'd rather stay in and read books, but she goes to this party, and things get a little out of control. Ian is there, and she sort of reacts in a volatile way, and ends up getting a little crazy, and some fun ensues. So that's a really fun little segment.
And why should people tune into the series premiere of Happyland on MTV?
Because Happyland's going to be fantastic. I'm so excited for this show. It's exploring a whole new facet of life that I don't think any other TV show or movie has really tapped into. We're dealing with people working at one of the nation's most successful theme parks and what it's like to live in a pristine world. But really, behind the scenes, is it all that perfect and clean? And you come to find out there's a lot of secrets, and that's why you should tune into Happyland.